Hey y'all, hey, it's your girl Kanisha Moselle. This is Builders and Blueprints with Coach K, and we're talking about uncluttering the noise. That's right, uncluttering the noise of negative self talk, the noise of unmanaged thoughts, and the noise of other people's words. Look, my name is Kenitra Moselle, and I help leaders, visionaries, and entrepreneurs unclutter their mind so they can execute with excellence. Are you ready? Let's get into it. Hey, take notes if you want to. We're going to have a good conversation today. Right? So, deep breaths, because I am talking to you from the perspective of everything that is amazing about you that has been villainized or misunderstood. Okay? Misunderstood. We use the language misunderstood quite a bit, but if we better understand why we're misunderstood, it will help us unclutter why something is noise. Okay? So we want to unclutter the negative self-talk first. Okay, the negative self-talk first, because before we point the finger at anyone else, we have to be honest about what role we play inside of the dialogue, inside of the narrative, inside of the relationships that we have. The first relationship that we're always going to deal with in this space is our relationship to self. Say it with me. I'm dealing with my relationship to self first. Very good. I appreciate you. You are a smart class. Stop talking to yourself crazy. Yes, that's what I said. It is you. Some of the noise that is challenging you is inside of your own mind. It is your own thoughts. It is is you beating yourself up, right? Because you are not without skill, talent, or ability. Actually, you're highly creative. You are amazing. You are brilliant. You are a whole type of genius. And because you don't meet your own expectation, come on here, millennials, because you don't meet your own expectation, you will whoop your own self in your mind, in your thoughts about everything that you didn't do. So let me talk to you real quick, right? So we are at the half point in the year. It is this time of the year where we begin to reassess. You know, when you get to a halfway point, you're supposed to make an assessment. Like to my athletes, you know, there's a halftime in every game. There is no sport that is played, and correct me if I'm wrong, there is no sport that is played that does not have a halftime, right? So for, look, my leaders, my builders, my visionaries, look here, my entrepreneurs, it's mid-year. We checking numbers, we checking receipts, we looking at what we have done. And apart from the paper, there's a conversation you're having in your mind about everything you did not do that meets your own expectations. You had expectations of yourself. And if you haven't, wait a minute, let's talk about it. Because in your mind, you have the most lofty ideas. I won't go there. That's point two. I won't go there. I'll say this. Understand that your mind, your mind can be a field mind, but your mind also is it is like I see like a wine, like what do you call it? Like the wine things, an orchard, right? Your mind is an orchard as well. What is it? The people who grow grapes and they do wine, right? Shout out to my sis who used to do wine and mastermind. Oh, my sis Robin. Sorry, y'all. I'm staying focused. My point is that inside of your mind are all these beautiful, beautiful, amazing, fruitful things, right? But also there are things that if you touch it, it'll explode. Oh, it can be a dream world in your mind, but it can also be dangerous. And because you don't necessarily have the number two things together, you begin to implode. All right. So we're going to unclutter that. I want you to sit with that. I want you to sit with it and identify some of the things that you are saying to yourself about yourself. Not what somebody else said. Remember, we're starting with ourselves first. What are the things that you are saying to yourself about yourself? Unclutter that. Correct that behavior. In this space, we also advocate for wellness. Okay. You have to take care of yourself. Inventory your thoughts. All right. Negative self-talk. Stop doing it. Okay. All right. Everybody take a deep breath. BBC. This is Builders and Blueprints with Coach K. You're okay. You're honest. All right. Number two. Number two. Number two. There is noise because of unmanaged thoughts. Repeat after me. I am managing my thoughts. You know, a mind is a beautiful thing to waste. And so are your thoughts. So are your thoughts. You have so many amazing thoughts and ideas, and they go everywhere all at the same time. Your brain also needs you to take a deep breath. And you know what else? You need to take a deep breath so that you can settle your mind. Why? All of those ideas, those thoughts, oh my goodness, they never stop. I'm having 397 of them right now. But because when I understand who my listeners are, it is important for me to manage. I have to manage my thoughts and I have to put them in a specific place, right? So, Kenitra, you know, how are you managing your thoughts? I have a builder in the network, and one of the most pivotal conversations that we had was around creating folders, right? Creating folders is like we have these pockets of information in our mind, and they're everywhere because we did not create a folder for them. We didn't create a folder for them. All right. So there is noise because of unmanaged thoughts. I want to challenge you. Begin making the subcategorizations outside of your head. What do you mean, Kay? Start a folder. You got fully formed ideas, launch plans, concepts, frameworks that are in your what? They're in your mind. I'm telling you, you need to manage them and put them in a folder. Why? Because they can become fully expressed. One of my favorite quotes comes from the Bible. It says, write the vision and make the vision plain so that they who read it can run with it, right? So it's in your mind and it's beautiful, but guess what? It's also stressing you out in your mind because it keeps popping up. It keeps showing up and it doesn't have anywhere to go because you have insisted on keeping it homeless. Give it somewhere to live. Everybody has one of those G drives. I'm not advocating for them. I'm not saying run them your money. I'm not saying increase your storage. But if you get some strategy around how to manage the noise of the unmanaged thoughts, you'll have more peace in your mind. You'll be able to execute better on what's in front of you at the specific time. And then you'll be able to go pull that folder off the shelf at the appointed time. Oh my gosh. Do you feel relief? I feel relief. I feel relief talking about it. You know why? I could feel a little tear because this conversation that we're having right now is a lived experience. And I can go to a drive right now and look at all of the things I'm excited about introducing to you because I took it out of my mind. And so then the Lord winks at me and he says, hey, it's time. Go pull that off the shelf. And I can do it because it's not living in my mind. The recollection of it is there, but it is housed somewhere specifically. All right, y'all. I might have stayed there a little bit long, but I'm so passionate about that because that's receipts. It's receipts. Oh my gosh. There's plenty of us. Oh my gosh, y'all. I don't want to get side thought, but the noise of your unmanaged thoughts, take the tip and run with it, okay? Take the tip, run with it. Start putting it in drives. Okay. Number 3. Say it with me. What are we uncluttering next? The noise of other people's words. Don't nobody care what they got to say. Real talk. I'll be serious-ish. A little bit. Words are powerful. And we're not going to disregard the fact that words are powerful. Life is in your tongue. Death is in your tongue. You're going to eat the fruit of the words of which you speak. You're going to have what you say. When you say things negatively, you change the atmosphere that you're operating in. When you come into a room and you begin to speak life and encourage and compliment, you begin to lift the atmosphere of the space that you're in. So one of the things that we absolutely have to talk about uncluttering the noise around is other people's words. Now, remember, we talked about what we have to manage already. Our own negative self-talks, all of the thoughts that we have. Let's talk. I know that you have had a moment where you expressed out of your mouth one of those thoughts that was not fully managed, and then somebody responded to you with their words, and those words were life stealing. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And if you sit with it long enough, and some of us, it may not take long. If you sit with it long enough, you can remember who said what and in response to what you said. Wow. Neato. Said that forwards and backwards, but it made sense though. Okay, that was the Lord. He makes me make sense. Because remember, we're the same. So never forget that, okay? Never forget it. But there's some words that have been spoken over you that you need to denounce. There are other words that have been spoken over you that you need to pull down, come out of agreement with, to declare over them that they no longer have power. Do you hear what I'm saying? Just because, I don't care who said it. It could have been your mama. If they said a word that does not agree with you fulfilling the purpose and plan that God has for your life, you need to pull down those words, cast down every thought and imagination and high thing that rises up against ... Y'all go fill it in. But what I'm telling you is, if you know that you are operating according to the purpose and plan that God has for your life, wait a minute. Who is she talking to? I'm talking to leaders. You are leading and guiding somebody else, whether you want it to or not. You are a leader. Quit playing. You are a visionary. Oh gosh, you see things for years down the line. Oh, you see who you want to help. You see a problem and you create a solution that is big and elaborate as the day is long. You are an entrepreneur. You got a whole business. You want to serve people. You got services and products that you're offering to folks. And somebody said something to you and you rehearsing what they said versus what God said. Somebody can say something negative to you and you throw your whole business plan away. Oh, no. Oh, absolutely not. I have one bad experience. I get a bad review from a client. And so I'm no longer executing on any of my marketing plan for the quarter, for the month. Because you got one bad client experience. Other people's words should not have that much power. Now, words are also data. It's information. It is feedback. I'm also a nurse. Nursing, leadership, management. I'm talking to myself, right? Words allow you to make assessments. So while how do I say this? It is important. There you go. Pull the data from the words. Data. Part of that was in data, right? Data analysis for sure. Pull the data from the words. There's so much information in the words that people share with you. From those words, you can extract the information that you need. Don't own what somebody said, but take away from it what can make you better. There we go, right? Take away, that way it's not noise. It is data. It is an assessment. You decide. You make the decision on whether or not somebody's words are helpful to you or not. You can take anything that is said, and I'm talking about anything. Somebody can say the worst thing to you ever in your life, and the data that you can pull from it is all of the reasons why that person is not okay. All of the words that they said and spoke were against you, but what data are you taking away from what they are saying? Just because they said it how they said it to who they said it to doesn't mean that what they said was true. But there are some things that you can understand to be true about that person and where they are in the moment that they said what they said. Look here, we are uncluttering the noise. We are uncluttering the noise. Why? So we can execute with excellence. There are things that we have to do, y'all. The rest of this year is going to be amazing. There is work that you have to do. You will not be able to do it if you remain cluttered. All right? So today we talked about uncluttering the noise. The first thing that we addressed was ourselves. right? Unclutter the negative self-talk. That's noisy. It's very noisy in there. The second thing was the noise of your unmanaged thoughts. There's so much in there. There's so much in there. And it's going to be realized, but you got to organize it. Okay? And then thirdly, the noise of other people's words. Don't make it noise, make it data. Make an assessment, extract from it exactly what can be most useful to you. All right. I hope this has been good to y'all. This has been Builders and Blueprints Coaching Live with Coach K. I have thoroughly enjoyed this because I want to see you growing. I want to see you thriving. I want to see you making an impact according to who you're called to be and who God has called you to be. You are here on purpose. Let's help you get that purpose fulfilled. Okay. So I want to offer you something, a little bit of a gift that I love to share. We have what I call the reset framework, right? Unclutter, clarify, and execute. I want you to unclutter your mind, clarify your next steps so you can execute with excellence. Hey, if you want to learn more about how that framework works, I have a freebie for you. You can click the link in the description, go to kanishamoselle.com, and you can get a free builder's workbook, and it'll introduce the method to you. I want to see you get some results, period. First and foremost, I want to see you get some relief. Does anybody want relief? Drop relief in the comments, honey. Do that, okay? Right? If you enjoyed this, I want you to say reset. If you enjoyed this episode, say reset. Y'all talk to me inside of the comments and let me know that you're taking steps. I would love to hear from you all. All right. So having said that, I don't think I need to tell you anything else. I have notes all around me because remember, I am us. Us are we. She is me. And we're going to execute not just anything, but we're going to execute with excellence. This has been your girl, Kanisha Moselle, Builders and Blueprints broadcast. We are out having an amazing day. We're going to arise, we're going to build, and we're going to impact. I love y'all big. Peace out.